Difficult conversations. I'm not saying you're not going to have them. I'm not saying you're not going to have them. I'm not saying that every conversation should be a breeze and that there will not be conflict that arises out there. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it at all. What I am saying, typically what makes a conversation difficult is not the conversation itself. And I want you to kind of follow me with this mindset here, right? It's not the conversation itself that makes it difficult. It's the buildup to the conversation that you create, the story you tell yourself to generate this conversation, right? How many times in your life have you decided you're going to have this conversation with an employee, this conversation with this boss or your spouse or your kid or your friend, whoever it's going to be, and you go, oh my God, I don't want to do this. This is going to suck, right? Right there, we are already setting ourselves up. We are starting to generate a story. We're creating an energy moving into the conversation. You can have it with a client. You can have it with a customer. I'll give you an example as a real estate professional or a general business professional. A difficult conversation that we choose not to have, we avoid it like the plague because of a limiting belief that we have. It's simply around our availability. It's around our business hours. This is a pretty easy one, but we don't want to have the conversation because here's our limiting belief. We think we have to be available 24/7 because that best serves our client. Well, that's bull. That's total crap. You do not have to be, because when you set the proper expectations, your client understands and they respect that, but you have to do it up front. We just have this limiting belief that if I have this conversation, they're not going to want to deal with me. My customer's not going to work with me if I put limitations on them. No, they'll work with you because you're a professional. People work with people they know, like, and trust, period. Not because they're available 24/7. People work with people they know, like, and trust. Okay? So the difficult conversation shows up because of what's in your head, because of the conversation you lead up to that, and you're like, oh, I don't think they're going to want to work with me if I tell them I have working hours, and that's just going to be too hard, and I don't want to tell them that thing. That's a story you're telling yourself. It's a lie, right? The truth about it is what? What is the truth here? The truth is you are a professional in your trade, in your industry, in your seat that you sit in. You are the professional. You run your business. It's yours. You serve your customer, but in the end, your customer deals with you because they know, like, and trust you, right? Simon Sinek had a great comment. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. It is a brilliant spot in this difficult conversations piece. So think about that going into this, and here's the homework, and here's the tool that you use, okay? You have that thing of, oh, this conversation is going to suck. This is just going to be brutal. This is going to be awful, right? You already know that that's a lie, okay? Ask yourself this question. What is true? What is true? The conversation needs to be had. Both parties need understanding. Both parties need clarity. And when we do that, we have a wonderful relationship moving forward. What is true right now? What is true in this conversation? Asking yourself the question, what is true, is going to make those difficult conversations simpler. I'm not saying they're easy, okay? I'm saying they're simpler. Go into it with a plan, not a fight. Don't plan to go. If you go looking for a fight, you will find it. Remember the little amygdala squishy thing in the back of your head? If you wake up and go, this is going to suck, and I am just going to have to go in there and be a total jackass, guess what? That's how you're going to show up. So here's your homework. What is true? Seek first to understand. What difficult conversation do I need to have that I'm just making up? It's not a difficult conversation. It's just clarity. How can I come to that conversation and just ask the right questions so we both get clarity? That's your homework.